Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Zone to Speak podcast. I'm your host, Juliana. Before the episode, I have got to share one of my absolute favorite ride essentials, the Cyc Plus Smart Pump. This little thing goes everywhere with me. It's compact, powerful, and honestly a game changer on the bike. I love using it mid-ride when switching between terrains. I can drop the pressure for gravel and then pump it back up when I hit the road. Super easy, super fast. And of course, it's a total lifesaver in case of a flat or any loss of air. No stress, no hand pumping. Just press the button and go. You can grab yours with 10% off using my code ZONE2SPEAK. Link and details are in the episode notes. Trust me, once you try it, you won't leave for a ride without it. Cyc Plus Smart Pump. Smart, simple, and ready for any adventure. Now, let's hear it for the episode. All right. Today on Zone to Speak, I'm talking about what it takes to win at the very edge of endurance. My guest is Jules Muzard, an ultra cyclist who just took the win at InnerScape, a self-supported race across more than 4,000 kilometers in Vietnam. He finished in just over 15 days through heat, humidity, mountains, traffic, and everything that makes ultra unpredictable and raw. But this wasn't a one-off. Jules has been building toward this for years, racing events like Desertus and Marseille Napoli, learning what it means to ride long and stay in it when things start to fall apart. Ultra cycling is a strange space. You are alone most of the time, but the race is always there, in your head, in your decisions, and in how you manage yourself. Today, we are going to talk about what it really takes to win a race like InnerScape. How do you pace something that long? What breaks riders out there? And what it feels like when everything finally comes together. Let's get into it. Welcome to the pod.
Hey, very nice to have you and nice to meet you. And thanks for that great introduction. Wow, wonderful.
Well, I had an episode all about InnerScape, so I'm very happy to have you here. You took the win on the race. When did it hit you that you weren't just riding well, that you were actually in a position to win?
Well, it's a good question. Actually, it took me 15 days to achieve those 4,120 kilometers. It's very long, right? Like 2 weeks riding. My longest experience, one of the longest races of the world. Probably one of the most difficult for many reasons. Actually, the first day I decided not to look at any live tracking or ranking, or because I wanted just to focus on my feelings and just wanted to go. Because it like the race is so long. If you start paying too much attention at that, then you get crazy because the mental charge would be like too important. But it's also my philosophy also of racing. Like, honestly, I never pay too much attention at the rankings or positions because I want to make the most of it and give everything I have, like, because you want to transcend yourself, right? And that's what I'm looking for. And if at the end I'm first, I'm very happy, but if I'm not, I'm very happy too. I would have given the best of myself. That's what I'm always trying to do. And like good positions are a bonus, but that's not something that's that's the most important. Because this is adventure, and we're all human beings, and I like that. We're all living our adventures, and sometimes like performance and rankings and like adventure feelings not always go well together. So I want to see things like this, and bonus. But I'm very happy to have finished alive. To have finished a long
That's
race.
a bonus.
Very important, and I'm happy that I'm first, but it comes after so many other priorities. Yeah.
I'm happy to hear that. I think it's super healthy to have a competitive attitude and wanting to win. But I think for most of us cyclists, especially ultra cyclists, we are out on our bikes because we want to be outdoors. We want to be in nature. And there's like, just like you said, there's so many other aspects that come before winning a race. That said, you mentioned you weren't really checking the tracker. It makes sense. It's a very long race. How did you pace yourself? Because to finishing 15 days, you were doing almost 300 kilometers a day. I don't know if you did more than that and took a few breaks. And when did you actually look at the tracker, or did someone tell you, hey, you are leading this?
Yeah, actually, something I have to tell you is that the 3 first days, my phone did wrong. I mean, like locked itself because of like my in my pocket putting the wrong codes, like unintentionally. So my phone blocked for 3 days actually. So I had no way
Oh,
of checking anything like messages, socials, tracking. Actually, I planned like to do this, but I mean, I really couldn't do it anyway. So, so that was it. Yeah, I started looking at the maybe 4 days. I just checked and I realized that I had like more than a day of advance on the second, and I was like, yeah. So I did yeah, strong days. 3 first days I did between like 250 and 300 kilometers a day, and it was between 5 and 6 thousand meters elevation a day. So very strong days through mountains. So yeah, we first went to the north of Vietnam, so Hanoi, and then like border of China area, then border of yeah. Then we went south, and a bit, but the big mountains were the first. I mean, first day, first week, then smaller mountains, and I mean, the more southern you were going, the flatter it was becoming. But it was never flat until the last day in the Mekong Delta. Just to give you some little bit of context, yeah, but yeah, at some point I had to. I assumed. I mean, I acknowledged that I was first, and I realized that I had a comfortable advance, and then I had to deal with it. So it was quite hard because I had to tell myself sometimes you're gonna be slow. Like, accept that. I mean, difficulties and like things are not always going the way you want, but you're still alive. Your bike is still going, and I mean, you're in a good form, good spirit. That's yeah. I mean, and make the most of it. Enjoy it. Actually, it's what enabled me, because I had a comfortable advance. I could really focus on my feelings, and also for me, it was really important to enjoy as much as I could being there. I mean, opening my eyes, my heart, my senses, but also spend some times with locals. Something that I did was part of my strategy, cutting the day into two and spending like an hour and a half, like having a lunch with local usually, and discussing. I learned Vietnamese, so yeah. I mean, I had really good exchanges. I mean, very small words, but I mean, it can be,
still.
yeah, right. So I really liked being able to enjoy, and also I went into a school during my race for like a presentation of the adventure and of like ultra cycling and of the race itself, because a teacher that was on a motorbike just told me, yeah, I'm going to school, come with me for the English class. And I told him, well, I'm on a race, it's not really like obvious. But then I told myself, come on, Jules, like it's going to be 30 minutes, like on 2 weeks it's nothing, and I mean, you can afford to do this. And yeah, I'm very happy that I didn't pay attention at rankings, and also because I had that like comfortable advance, then I could do things that well, are not really, yeah, obvious when you're doing races, and because it's an adventure, and that's how I see things. Yeah.
Wow, how special. And that's going to be a core memory for you, taking the time to be on this school and have all these little kids
Yeah.
learning
Yeah.
about the event, the race. Really, really cool. I think most people know that Vietnam isn't like a neutral race environment. Vietnam is beautiful, but it's also super intense and very chaotic. Like you have, in every sense, traffic, weather, food, culture, everything is constantly changing. What was the biggest challenge Vietnam threw at you that you didn't expect?
Yeah, it's a very good observation. I mean, there are so many things that makes this race unique and yeah, very difficult. Of course, the longer the race is, the more exposed you are to like difficulties. Also, because your body and your bike is pressured for a longer time. I started with the, I don't know how to say that in English, but with the mouth infection, like when you have some sort of yeah, irritation. So I was not really able to, yeah, really hardly able to eat or drink, so was very difficult. And I'm very happy that I could have big soups, faux soups in the north, and tea, because it was my only way of drinking and eating. Actually, like soups really saved me. Yeah, very grateful. And then I had some treatments, painkillers and antibiotics, and then it healed after like 5 days. But yeah, it was hard. I was very lucky because yeah, I mean, you mentioned weather conditions. Like traffic actually was not that terrible because I mean it's sometimes, I mean, it's very organic, so people are quite cautious when they're driving. So everyone looks at each other, and there are a lot of motorbikes and a bike. I was in a way going, I mean, as fast as motorbikes sometimes because they're like motorbikes with small gears. So I mean, yeah, I was a motorbike alike. So I mean, yeah, they're used to like have two wheels, so it's quite okay. Roads were quite good, but sometimes they were terrible because it's a gravel race, so all roads race. Like 15% of the race was on like mountain bike trails, so or sometimes sand or yeah. And when it was muddy, it was just so terrible. Very sandy sometimes also. I'm very happy that I had a second wheel with me. I mean, a third wheel that I changed because my back wheel was just quite damaged, even though like I changed it before the race. So lucky about that. Lucky
You mean
that
the
I had,
tire or the wheel?
sorry, a tire. Yeah, a tire.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. I was like,
um,
where were you carrying that wheel?
and I was lucky that I found a mechanic also on the road after maybe like 1,050 kilometers, third of the race, because yeah, I had to change my shift cables. Everyone actually on the race had to, because yeah,
Really?
yeah, I mean, two or three of us had some gears, changing gears issues because yeah, because I mean we were, because of like how the race was. But what I wanted to say also is that I actually had a big crash. Because I was not, I like lost attention for like a few seconds, and I was on a very muddy trail, and I wanted to avoid like water, and it was very slippery. So, and actually, yeah, like I just fell down down the road, and I mean trail, and there was un ravin. I mean, like it was, there was just nothing but a river, and like small vegetation enabled me to like airbag me. So very luckily, like I was safe at the end, because yeah, it was smooth, but
Wow.
yeah, like 3 meters out of the road. So yeah, you see, it's what I was saying previously. Like you need to be focused during every seconds between like 2 weeks, during 2 weeks, and you need to think of everything, and that's the most difficult thing. You have to think of 10 times um, at the same time. Like of course, like your bike, your body, your navigation, your light, your supplies, your food, your drink, your where you're gonna sleep, and I mean, as you do in every races, but because you're in this environment, because also it's not your culture, it's not your language, so it makes it much more difficult. And because
Yeah.
it makes like everything deeper and graver and more serious. So yeah, it's about thinking about everything. That's the most, I would say, difficult and tiring, because mentally you're always thinking about everything. And yeah, it's always like red lights, red lights, and 2 weeks of this. This is the most tiring, actually.
Wow. You make it sound easy though. You speak very like calmly and chilled. It sounds almost like it was easy, but you went through a lot of adversity. I mean, you had a crash And being sick, not being able to eat, I mean, fine, you were able to get amazing pho that Vietnam has, and that's probably that is super nutritious. So but it's also not great to be riding when you're taking antibiotics or do an exercise, matter of fact. So with all that, you still came first, but you didn't arrive out of nowhere. You have done big races like Desert or Bikes, Marseille, Napoli, all that certainly build you as a rider. Looking back, do you think those earlier races teach you, build you to get this win?
Actually, it's been 4 years that I'm doing ultra cycling races and adventures, but it's been 10 years that I'm doing bikepacking. Actually, I come from the bikepacking. It's what I love in this in these communities, that everyone comes from a different place and has a different history, background, situation, and also like relation to bike, because some people come from like road bike races, like classic cyclists in a way. Some people come from like triathlon, others are like bikepackers like me, others come from like running or yeah, we all come from, we have different relation with bike, and that's what's like
Yeah.
also philosophies, and that's what makes it really interesting. But yeah, I come from bikepacking, so I would say that I'm a pure adventurer. We're all adventurers, and but that's what stimulates me, and and also it's actually how I loving the adventure, and being like open to your environment, and trying to get the energies, and transcend yourself. Actually, what makes you going fast, because you've got like so much energy, and like you feel with so much motivation, and it what makes you performant at the end. It's, for me, it's not like trackers or datas, or I'm training, but actually cycling is something that's integrated into my life. I don't have a driving license. I come from the countryside, 100 kilometers south of Paris. Yeah, when I want to go see friends, family, or go to some meetings, I'm taking my bike. Yeah, so this is something integrated to my life, and because yeah, it's something important. I love it, and because I managed to put a lot of energy in it, and that's how I became like a good cyclist, a good ultra cyclist, and that eventually I can win some races. But I'm not like data maniac, or like, yeah, this is my way of doing things. um but yeah, so just this being said, I did few races, and the one you mentioned were short races, actually. Desertus, Marseille, Napoli. I did longer races also. My first race was the French Divide. It's like,
Okay.
I don't know if you know this race.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, Great Divide or Tour Divide, like, yeah, mountain
Hmm.
bike, crossing
But
crossing
France.
states and crossing France, and this was 2,300 kilometers, and actually it was my first race. I was not into ultra at that time. I'm into other sports, but I just followed a friend that convinced me, and I just discovered ultra, and yeah, my life changed after that race. I was never gonna see things the same, and yeah, of course, I fell in love with this sport and this mindset. And yeah, but this was a very tough race, because it was 2,300 through France, all of the national parks, mountain forest, but it was 100% mountain bike, and it was really brutal. That time in Vietnam was only 15%, so I mean quite small compared to the French Divide, and it was, conditions were terrible. So to me, I'm never gonna do a race that's gonna be harder than this one. So every race, they certainly will be someday, but I had that experience that really helped me, and yeah, mountain bike is so brutal, because your body is has much more vibration, is like working harder, much more cardio, etc. So yeah, on the road, I would say that, or gravel, it's always comfortable. So yeah, that experience really helped. And also I did Nomaden Rapso Bike. It's a race that's organized by the same organizer than Desertus, Ivan. That's a good friend of mine that I greet. Well, it was between France and Montenegro. It was 3 years ago. It was 2,600K, I think. So another long race that also gave me some small experience that I used for that race. But yeah, really my strategy was to do long days and good nights. And what helped was really that Vietnam is a fantastic country. I mean, people, food, conditions, also like roads, as I was saying, but cheap also, and it's quite very easy to find places to sleep. There are a lot of homestays that cost 3-5 euros sometimes, and you just enter. They give you keys, towels, water, and you just wash, clean your stuff, do a little like infusion, go to sleep, and eat noodles in the morning in the kettle that you boil, water that you make boil, and then you just go. And I mean, it's so easy. So it really helped. Like I would have never done that in Europe because like you wouldn't be able to spend like
Yeah.
50 or 70 euros per night. Like of course, and sleeping outside would have been like for a long race like this. I mean,
It's not sustainable. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. So really helped. So actually, yeah, conditions were perfect. My experience helped, and then I got the luck, the good star that I was following.
Wow. So much to unpack. I mean, I love what you said in the beginning that you are adventurer, you are a bikepacker, and what I heard was like you can't teach passion. Of course, data is structure training, all that prepares you physically, but what's in your heart can be taught, and you have the passion, the bike is integrated in your life, and you went there to have a good time, and boom, you got there first at the end. And you do have such a great experience, which is amazing. A lot of beautiful places you have been. And indeed, Vietnam, not only it's beautiful with Euros going there, the Euros go a long way, and the homestays must be the best. Oh my God, you go there, to a warm bed, a nice shower, charge everything, and you still have noodles in the morning. I mean, can't complain. That's bikepacking, ultra cycling heaven. Um, but pacing 4,000 kilometers, it's not easy. You can't really go too hard early on because you can just burn yourself. You don't want to also go too easy. How do you pace something this long? And you're talking about the homestays. How much sleep were you getting on average per night?
To answer your second question, I was sleeping between 3 and 4 hours, 30 per night, which are between 2 or 3 sleep cycles, which is the
Yeah.
minimum for me on long races like this. And I was maybe stopped for maybe 6 hours, 6 or 7 hours. It's always good to highlight that. I mean, sleep is very important for your body and your like brain, and I mean to be like not to be a zombie and to be exposed to risks, and also because you're much more performant when you're I mean when you get some good rest. So something really important to consider. But also just having a break enables you to have your body regenerating, which sometimes we tend to forget. Like the body needs breaks to regenerate itself, not only sleep. It's like your body, your muscles, they need to rest.
Yes.
Also they need to sleep and they need to regenerate. Like I don't know it's how is my body working, but I just know it. So good breaks. That's also why I did some breaks at lunchtime, usually like 1 hour 30, sometimes 2 hours, because yeah, your body, I needed to cut that day into two because I
Okay.
was going quite, I mean, sorry, you wanted to react?
Oh, no, no. I said, okay, okay. So you split the day into two.
Yeah, because yeah, I needed to have like a break from my body, but also mental break, right? Because for when races are that long, yeah, you need to structure your effort, and also like bit by bit, like 4,200 k is 1 kilometers times 4,200. So, but it's 1 kilometers after 1 kilometer. It's the way you
Yeah.
say it. So yeah, so I was really considering day by day. So I was like, yeah, today I'm gonna try to write as much as possible, and I'll get the award of comfortable place to rest at night. And this is something that really motivates you, like your reward system, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Um, and then I was actually doing the same by cutting the day into two. So one day tonight is going to be cozy, and at lunch I was usually starting at something 5 6, stopping at one between like noon and two, and then yeah, having really good food, talking with locals, and then going again. So yeah, cutting my day into two, actually, bit by bit, like the petit pousset.
Wow, that's a strategy I haven't heard before, cutting the day into two. Um, but it makes a lot of sense. I feel like if I sit down and have a longer lunch, I just get so tired to start again. And I'm also slow. But again, I never done anything 4,000. So obviously, it's a completely different strategy doing 1,000 to 4,000.
Yeah, and also you're like, actually it's um you need to let's say prepare your brain and your body to your effort. So you're creating a frame, like a mental frame, that makes that your body knows what it's going to do, because like you've already told yourself. So it's a natural process. Your body knows that it's going to stop for an hour maximum, then it's going to go again. So he knows that he doesn't uh, want to be tired, because otherwise it will be hard to go. So you're sending yourself some messages. Of course, you need to drink coffee, like not eat too much, or things that are healthy, because you don't want to have a food coma, right? Because it makes it difficult then to go. So of course there are some like pragmatic things to do, but it's very mental. Like you're telling yourself, you don't have to, I mean, you don't tell yourself, right? But I mean, yeah, it's planned, it's non-negotiable with yourself. But it's really like funny, because I think I never really explained this so far, but when you're talking to yourself, then sometimes you've got your conscious and your unconscious that are like entering into conflicts. So sometimes you're like,
Yeah.
I'm sleeping 3 hours. Then there is another part of you that's like, no, like why not sleep 4 hours and a half? Because you need more rest,
Yeah.
and you've got some advance, and please, like, you treat yourself also, like you can afford, and I mean, you deserve it in a way. So two parts of your brain, because the brain is works like this. There are two parts that it works differently. One that's more rational, the other maybe creative, something like this. But yeah, sometimes like I was uh objectively realizing that my but I mean, like in everyday life, but I was really realizing it, and I was living it. And I was like, yeah, my brain was discussing, two parts of my brain were discussing, and I was between the two. And it was hard to take position, sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad to hear. Yeah, because yeah, you have this whole conversation, yourself with yourself, trying to justify things on food, on sleep, on stops, on everything. Like, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so funny. I love it. There's something like this also. It's at some one morning it was really hard. Like, actually, I think the 3 4 5 days. Yeah, when your body had to, I mean, get into the rhythm, etc. Like, first day were really hard, also because my effort was really strong, right? Considering what I like, the data is like kilometers, elevation, etc. Um, one morning I was quite down. Like, I woke up, maybe I think that morning my clothes were not dry, they were wet. So when you have to put your wet clothes, like, cold and wet, and yeah, not really comfortable. I think I told myself this morning, pain is temporary, glory is eternity, something like this, like a gladiator saying. Or and I never do this, but I don't know why it came out like this really spontaneously. But yeah, sometimes you need to tell you things also, like
Yeah, negotiate with yourself, or you're talking about rewards too. Sometimes we have to reward ourselves as well. Okay,
Oh
come
yeah,
on.
a lot,
If you
a
do
lot.
50 more kilometers, then you can get another bag of Haribo or whatever it is, or you sleep
Exactly.
another
Yeah, but
30 minutes. You're always negotiating with yourself.
yeah, a dragon fruit in a
Yeah.
100K dragon fruit. Yeah, let's go.
Yes, yes.
That's also why I don't really get how ultra cyclists can only like work with like gels and like bars and chemicals things, or sometimes natural, but because like you really need like real food, because it's
You
what
do.
like makes your form, and also because it's what your brain wants. And yeah, food is amazing in Vietnam, street food culture, so everywhere you can get food. And what's funny is that actually, yeah, for I mean, for every society, work is important component of their life and of their social status, etc. But in Vietnam, everyone works. In Asia, I mean, Asians are like they have people have strong, I would say, professional cultures. Like they're really engaged into their work, and work is really important for
Yes.
them. So everyone works there, like because it's a way to be. I mean, yeah, important for society. So people that don't have, I mean, that need to work usually sell things. So it's a lot of selling markets, and people usually are allowed to sell things until a certain amount of income before like it's declared or they pay taxes. So yeah, usually they will sell a lot of fruits, things from their garden that they do out of their hands, like they're craftsmen. Or they will sell also, yeah, a lot of food actually, or things that it will cook. So in the street, like yeah, I mean every like 10 or 20% of the houses in a village can like sell you food. Like it's really impressive.
That's really
and
good.
and often it's like like people in their room, so in their house, you just enter the house and there is food. And sometimes like it's in their living room, sometimes it's in their like bedroom, so you just see their bedroom, and
Wow.
then actually it's a bedroom at the same time. So you
Wow.
just enter. Sometimes it's as outside is a storm, or outside, or it's 2 in the morning, or you're like completely dirty. You do really like those
And they
I
take
mean,
you in?
and sorry.
And they take you in for food or a stay like at 2 a.m.?
Yeah, actually, yeah, they're, I mean, for homestays they're always up. So I mean, I always arrived like between 10 and noon, so as at a reasonable
Do
time.
you have to book in advance? I mean, those
No, no,
they don't have
no,
booking, right? You just knock on the door, or how do you know
that's right.
that's a homestay?
Yeah, yeah, I mean, it's written, it's called Nangi, so it's the name.
Ah, okay.
And yeah, it's like neon, big neon, or like big like yeah, big landmarks. And yeah, they're always up. So I mean, you could arrive any time of the night. There would have been someone to welcome you. And same for like I mean, people that sell things, usually since it's their house, like they're always in their house. And really open communities. Vietnam is a communist country, so yeah, sense of community is really important. So everyone is with each other, like strong sense of solidarity, of respect. And yeah, actually it also creates a human link that, I mean, everyone is always outside selling things, and it's what also like stimulates the society. And that's what I love. And that's actually part of my engagement in France. But it's because I'm like a cultural manager, but it's another topic. But yeah, really inspiring how those communities are working. And
What an experience to,
yeah.
go through all that, explore such a different country in so many levels, right? Culturally, food, economy. Really, really incredible. Love to do that. I've been to Vietnam, but not for that long. Yeah, it's a place that I really like to go back and explore. What an experience. I wanted to ask you, on your Instagram profile says that you're a dot watcher racer. What does that mean?
Yeah, actually, I put the dot watcher link because usually people don't know what ultra is. So I mean, this is the easy way to see what
Got
ultra
it.
races are. So it's really practical, but I mean, no, like pretension of. I mean, I'm not part of that community actually. I mean, strictly speaking, but because it's like the home of ultra cycling in a way, I consider that it's my community.
Nice.
So
Okay,
that's it.
okay. Now I get it.
Yeah, because I do
um,
cycling actually.
yeah, you do. Well, you're super experienced, but I wanted to talk a little bit about self supported, what that means. Of course, it means no team car, no outside help. Everything you need has to be within you, with you. Food, navigation, repairs. You have to figure it all out yourself. Even though I just said you're super experienced, but was there any one situation during the race where being self supported really hit you?
Actually, no.
That's good.
No, I let me think. We had an option. I was very lucky actually that there was a bike mechanicer, as I said, like
Yeah.
after when I had to like my shift cables. Um, I was very happy that this guy was around because I was not able to change them myself. So yeah,
Yeah.
actually, lucky. I was lucky, very lucky at that point. And yeah, I mean, but rest of the time, actually, no, I would say because actually it's my life. Like I'm a very independent person. I'm always on adventures every day of my life, all of my projects because we all live adventures in our ways, and but particularly myself. So yeah, I'm this kind of guy that's always bringing food with him or as things. I'm not really good at like techniques and mechanics. I'm learning slowly but surely. But I mean, yeah, I mean, this is my mindset. I always find ways. I mean, I'm quite like so open to people. So I mean, I'm always asking things, or I have a easy contact with people. I'm always like into exchanges, or I mean, this is part of my life. So yeah, when it comes to ultra races, it's there. But it's also I mean, I'm praying a lot. I mean, I'm not religious, but I mean, I have my own gods, and I'm like my good star, as I say. And actually, I bought another good star at a local market today at the
Oh,
Craftsman.
beautiful.
It's like Arabic. It's a Syrian like wood star, and yeah, every time I see stars, it's like it's my god, like the good star that's leading you to the finish line in your life.
I love that. When I was a little kid, we had this thing. I grew up in Brazil that the first star you see in the sky, you can make a wish. And I still do it to this day. You know, every
Mm,
time I see a star, I was like, oh, first star I see today, I can have my wish granted. And then you can make a wish. I love
that's it.
that.
That's it. That's it.
Um, as the finish gets closer, pressure builds, fatigue is high, mistakes can happen, and they can become very costly. What was going through your mind in those final days when you knew the win was possible?
Yeah, very good question actually. Yeah, I really was trying to be like very lucid about what was happening. Always keep the your head cold and like stayed focused, stayed focused, stayed focused. I was always saying myself, this is okay. I know this is frustrating, Jules, but you know, it's okay. You can accept this and you're still alive. Your bike is still going well. It's not broken. Okay. So and there was wind, but yeah, the wind is here, but I mean it's unavoidable and it's okay. Just think of something else. Yeah, it was a lot of wind the 3 last days, so I was not going as fast as I hoped. Actually, it took me like 1 day and a half more than what I had wished at some point. Yeah, I took 15 days. My day was to finish into like 13 days, but actually, yeah, last days were yeah very windy, and I was like, you don't take this risk. I mean, just finish the race, enjoy it also, and I mean, you're gonna actually you certainly gonna be first, so that's cool. So just take your time, and that's also
Good
why I
decision.
stopped. yeah, so don't take risks, please, and enjoy, accept situations. Yeah, and I was, yeah, trying to think of everything, and yeah, I did made the good decisions almost all the way along. I didn't do any errors, I would say, except that I fell down because of inattention. But yeah, I was quite wise. I'm not always
Yeah,
wise in everyday's
I
life,
would
but
say so.
when it came to that race, it was okay.
You have just won one of the hardest races out there, something most riders won't ever experience. What did this race teach you about yourself that you didn't know before?
That's a very good question. Actually, I was asked the same by the organizer. I would, well, every time I'm finishing this kind of race, I I just feel superhuman because because I experience things that make you feel human as you're like suffering, as uh, you're amazed, you're doing like hard things. I mean, you're just living everything a human could live, and emotions, and yeah, when you finish a race, you're like, wow, what I lived was unreal. But then, actually, you're like, yeah, it was real, actually, because you're a human. And no, what I love with the races is that I'm always amazed because the pace of a bike enables you to cover long distances, but it's not, I mean it's a pace that enables you to enjoy the landscapes, the people. I smile at everyone, and I try to get as many smiles as possible. It's what makes me go, also because I collect the energy of the people. Sometimes I say hello to people. Also, I do a lot of quick talks with the people I see. I talked a lot with kids when they were going to school. They had so much energy, but I tried to have more energy than them. So when they were coming, I was shouting at them in Vietnam, and they were scared, so they didn't know how to like consider me. So yeah, I tried to take a lot of energy, and and yeah, and actually I try to have that mindset in everyday's life. Like everything is a gift. Like every day is a gift. Every people, I mean, every humans have their story, their difference, but I mean they have their beauty that's sometimes very obvious, sometimes not obvious. But I mean, yeah, I mean humility, I would say, mostly like humility, because yeah, like you're also, because I'm doing hard things, but I'm very lucky that my body, I'm able to do this. I'm able to travel. My body is able to experience this. I'm so grateful. So yeah, I'm trying to have the same gratefulness in everyday life, same humility, also because there are a lot of people that are suffering around you that I mean are not as privileged as you could be, and that are doing like really like great things, I would say, or things that really should have more recognition, or like, I mean, workers or all of the people that makes the society go, or every people that are suffering from health problems, or I mean, yeah, like there's something like this, like, yeah, what I'm doing is great, and thanks for telling me this, or I'm happy to share. But actually, like, look around you, there are also things or people that are doing great things, and everyone has passions. Like, I'm not able to read a book because I have sometimes like concentration problems. So yeah, I can do like this, but I'm not able to read books, you see. So yeah, like yeah, it gives you like a philosophical approach of life. I think it makes me wiser, and it makes me grow up, because I'm still a kid, and a very, very lively person. But yeah, it teach me a lot of things on myself. Like, I couldn't tell you everything. Also, ultra cycling is a way to do some sort of meditation, because I'm some sort of hyperactive person. I'm very engaged, like cultural, politics, etc. And yeah, when I'm racing, or I mean when I'm cycling and racing, it's uh, in a way like I'm doing nothing, because I'm just on a saddle, like if I was on a chair. And actually, it's like, I don't know which, maybe I'm watching TV because there are a lot of images, something like this. But I'm not doing things like um like in a way. So I can have very deep thoughts on either I think of nothing, and it's very fine because sometimes you just need to do nothing and think of nothing, and
Turn it
it's quite
off.
hard
Yeah.
in my everyday's life because I'm in my tunnel, and or you have very deep thoughts on and very different things that are more or less related to you or your situations, but yeah, like, and that's what I love also. So yeah, it's very meditative actually.
Yeah, well, beautifully said, beautifully said. I agree with everything you said. Um, one of the things for me that I loved about gravel, ultra as well, more than road cycling, is because you have to focus so much, on the gravel, like what line to pick, is there a rock, where can I go? So your brain is always just focused on that present moment right there, and then it becomes meditative. And on the ultra, very similarly, because you're just thinking about the map, your nutrition, hydration, and where you're going to sleep and where you're going to stop next. There's not much room to think about anything else. So it's also that meditative state where it makes you hyper focused. And yeah, I mean, what you
and
said
also,
about, yeah, go
and
ahead.
also yeah, I was wanted to explicit this, but also yeah, it enables you to relativate a lot of things in your life because you're doing through very hard things. So when you have like, I don't know, like a computer problem, like I don't know how to download this or to subscribe or unsubscribe, you're like, okay, you should be able to handle this because I remember what you did like last month. So yeah, I mean, uh, yeah, it enables you to see things differently and to have like different perspective and approach on like difficulties that you encounter that are
Absolutely. Change your
natural.
perspective in many ways. Yeah. Yeah. What's next for you? Are you planning other races or big adventures?
Actually, I'll tell you what I'll do next. I can't change my screen effects. I wanted to have like a 100% like not like a blur background because I'm gonna tell you what I'll do next. I'll eat a lot of food that I brought from Vietnam. So here is matcha powder.
Mm. Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Well,
Nice.
half of it, yeah,
Oh,
matcha powder.
matcha?
So this is like those are macadamia nuts.
Yum.
Actually, it's like an
You're
instrument,
very
like
healthy. I like that.
so it's like yeah, it's like it's beautiful actually. It looks like jewels. I also have cashew nuts here
Wow.
because I didn't tell you, but yeah, I told you that you can find everything in Vietnam, but you can when you're crossing regions, you see different cultures of agriculture. So you say like nuts. You can see like tea. You can see, of course, like coconuts, ananas, but also like cocoa, cacao, coffee, everything, and that's really impressive because it's like all around you all the time. But also you see different processes of exploitation, like they're in the field, they're harvesting, then they're like packaging, then they're delivering, and
Yeah.
I mean everyone is related to this. It's like everywhere, like cashew nuts. You were seeing like trucks of cashew nuts with like but everywhere in every street or in every garage you would
Nice.
see cashew nuts because it's like deal everywhere. And yeah, I've got some tea here, like green tea. Yeah, I mean that's what I'm gonna do next. I'm gonna just enjoy this.
Just nourish your body.
Yeah, and I mean, and my style because yeah, then when you're doing strong adventures like this, like so much engagement, like physical, mental, but also emotional. You just wanna, like it's like when you eat something good, you wanna stay on this. You don't want to eat anything else after because you just want to digest it and take yeah, it takes a lot of time to like emotionally not recover but realize also. So yeah, intentionally I'm not gonna do like big races for until this summer. I will do the Desertus, the Nomadian Rhapsody bike. I think last edition, that's number third, between Switzerland and Poland. Going through, it's it's 160 I think kilometers, 1,600 between Switzerland, I think Austria, Czech Republic, Germany, and Poland is going like this up to Gdansk. So from Lausanne to Gdansk, and I love Poland, one of my favorite country in Europe, and also I love.
Really?
I mean, every country of Europe, I mean, is lovable in its way. I love Europe. Yeah, so very excited. Yeah, I'm not doing a lot of bikes these days. I mean, I'm commuting, but I'm not training really because my body and my soul
You just
needs
did the big one.
rest,
Yeah.
and I'm very busy with my projects. But yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do: chill, and then train again, and live my life as I always do. And then yeah, I'm very looking forward to that next adventure and see my friends. I love like my community, my friends will be there, and I'll see. I like to like not pressure myself with ultra races because one after the other, when you do too much, well, it costs a lot of money and energy, and also, I mean, I don't, like to like see as something that like consummation of races, like you need to do a lot. Yeah, I want so many races I want to do, but I'm still young and I'm 26 years old still, and yeah, there will be so much opportunities.
There's
Yeah,
time.
I want to do races for a long time still, and yeah, I'll see. But when you do like everything too quickly, then like what's next, and then sometimes I want to just take my time, take it easy, and this is how actually you're happy, and this is how also you maintain yourself and the level, because motivation, I mean, long time, long process. Yeah, that's the idea.
Sounds great. I just have now a few fire chat questions, so you can only give me one quick answer. Okay? Long sleep or micro naps?
Both.
Music or silence?
Long sleep, sorry.
Long sleep, okay. Music or silence?
Silence.
Mountains or flat?
Joker.
Night riding or sunrise starts?
Sunrise start.
Hardest moment, physical or mental?
Mental.
One thing you would never do again in a race?
Maybe date two girls a few hours before the race.
One thing you always do now after this win?
My heart goes when I see Vietnamese people.
Best food you ever had in Vietnam?
Pho soups.
If you had to start again tomorrow, would you?
1,000 times, yeah.
Jules, thank you so much for coming on Zone to Speak. I have a feeling that this is just the beginning. I'm sure you'll come back.
Thanks a lot, Juliana, for your time and your curiosity. You're very... I mean, I would love to ask you so many questions too, but maybe, I mean, we'll have other opportunities, and we'll keep in touch. And thanks for this, and take care, and I wish you a nice adventure.
Thank you. And that's all for today's episode. I want to thank the listeners for tuning in. Your support means everything. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider following, leaving a review, and sharing it with your friends.